I just feel a little bit tentative on the left side.
Yes.
I'm not very confident with it.
Sure.
Yeah. And it's a little bit...
Just weak.
Weakness, yeah.
Just...
Big improvement from last time.
Yeah. As if I don't know anything about you, tell me your story.
Yeah, so was it 17th of March, had my right hip done.
Yep.
Arthroscopy, labrum debrided, femur shaved, all the things, and that's recovered really nicely with the scars, and that was going really well with the rehab. And then obviously I just got off the crutches on that one, and then it was like a couple of days later, bang, straight into this one.
Peter's done both.
Yes, yeah, he's done both, and then and just to get them done so I can get back coaching quicker and less disruption. Anyway, this was the worst in terms of structural stuff, so I think that's why I had this done on the 14th of April. And there's been a lot of bruising, even now it's still like bruised, still up there, but it's come down loads in the last week. Really, this is where I am. I want to get back to normal.
What were you struggling with prior to having the operations?
Playing golf was a struggle. That's what I really played.
You would have seen it in the procedure. They basically take a loop and they stick the loop underneath the labrum. They pull it across, and then they anchor that loop back into the bone structure so that you've got space back in normally. I don't know what Pete's done, but that's normally what happens. So it is quite an extensive procedure. They've got to stick a couple of tools in you, and as a result, you end up with this sore, bruised, achy hip. When you're walking back now, just speak it through. What are you feeling? What's different between right and left?
I just feel a little bit tentative on the left side.
Yes.
I'm not very confident with it.
Sure.
Yeah. And it's a little bit... just like I can't feel the glute as much.
Not firing as much. If you had to go on the front of like, which one do you feel like you need more help with, right or left hand?
I'd get rid of that.
Good on you.
Yeah.
So,
Like that?
yeah.
Feel a little bit lopsided.
Take your time. It takes a bit of getting used to. The idea behind any of the exercise that you're going to do from now on is activation. You're going to activate through the pelvis, activate through the hips, and there's ways in which we can do that. Being on the floor, you're having to get there anyway. Let's maximize the potential that we can do on the floor so that we can then transfer that into standing. Okay, so can I get you to go again, same thing, bend this knee up to match that one, and you can slide it if you need to. And then we'll play it by ear then as to how you're healing and how it's managing from there. It's good but painful.
Yeah,
it's like,
you know it's good.
Oh God, please stop, but don't stop.
It's not good pain. So just quickly, if you're struggling with those fat or thin shots, the toe strikes, maybe even the shanks, I've designed a perfect solution, the 7-day ball striking reset. 1 drill per day for 7 days and just 10 minutes per day. Guaranteed over 7 days to improve that ball strike and get your confidence back, get you out on the golf course, striking it pure. So click the link in the description below to get started, and I'll see you on the inside.
And then that one's just clearing the cone. Take your step. Really good.
Freedom.
It's good.
Freedom.
Earlier, when you were walking without the cones being there, you were like very stiff through the hip. Your knee's meant to passively bend.
Is that what's happened? That's why this has all been tightened up, like you said, peg leg.
Correct. Yeah. You're just carrying the whole weight of your whole limb there, right? And then it's a step and carry, just to carry it over. That's it. Nice. Yeah, that one was a roundabout.
Yeah,
good. You felt that one? If you're not cheating, you're not trying, right? That's my... Let's go again. There you go. There you go. That's it. All right.
Brilliant.
All right, there's no cones. Let's walk.
This is great.
You've got it. Just let it do its thing. Sit right onto that. So you feel comfy there. Right, so that's the height you've just become so accustomed to. We've got to challenge you and test the concept of how much lower can we push that. That looks too easy. All right, let it take all your weight first. Good. And then can you get out of it? Cool. Drop down, let it take your weight. So just take all of it. Yeah, good. That way you're then sitting into your hip a bit more. Can you feel that?
Yeah, it's fine when the hips are out. I
Yeah,
think.
that's fine.
that's good.
And ideally, I would only ever want you to be in that position anyway. Take all your weight into it. Yeah, better, better. Don't feel like you shortening your range. Yeah, even there you kept tension. Try to loosen the tension, sit all the way into it. Let the ball really sink. Yes, better.
Is the box there?
The box is there. It's there. Yeah, I've just moved it just so that it's out of your range, really. Yeah, good.
I could probably go further. My leg strength's just not there.
Yeah.
That's like,
So
that's weird.
So that's what we've got to now try and
Yeah.
work into. Right.
Like,
Crazy,
like,
right?
I could go low, but the
Yeah.
legs aren't
So-
strong enough.
Lovely. Okay, give me one more, and I'm going to show you something I want to change slightly. Lovely.
I'm doing something now.
You are, right. When you get down to the bottom, you almost run out of hip range, and you end up being very rounded through your posture.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. So what you do is you practice it from that height instead.
And my lower back's more this way rather than top.
You want to almost feel like you can soften up this now. Yeah. That was better. And again, it will also prevent you from overstretching the range.
Yeah.
Because you'll get to a point you'll be like, oh, range feels great. And you're just going to hammer into the range.
Don't need to do that,
and then
yeah.
the next day you're going to be like, oh, my hip's sore. This just sort of prevents you from getting into that.
But eventually, would we express the range a bit more?
100%, yeah. Just as deep as you can control. And then bring yourself up and out of that position. What's that feel like?
Just weak.
Weakness, yeah.
It's all
Neuromuscularly.
weird and
The
shaky.
tremble, yeah, that's quite normal. You haven't
Wow.
exposed it to that, so your neuromuscular system's like, what the hell's going on here?
These are like just your bread and butter gym exercises before. Yeah, it's
Yeah, you'd
just,
have been doing this with weight in the hand and just
Yeah.
hammering through reps.
it's just not
Just weakness.
Pattern weakness. Yeah.
But it's not painful, not pinching or catching in the hip.
No, not at all.
All right. I just want to test you and see if
Yeah.
you can. I'll keep this in front of you that you can grab a hold of it at any point.
Yeah.
But I want you just to go down to where you can and just see what you're comfortable with. Yeah, nice. And then come out of it.
That feels better than it did before. That movement now, that's not, apart from being a bit tight with the muscle, it's not like, there's not a block there.
Don't hold it unless you have to. Yeah, nice one. And then come up out of there. All right, so we're going to give you some lunge isometric work to do.
And then just with golf, so
Yes.
would I be okay doing some little chip shots, do you think? What could I be okay with?
Okay, let's do this.
Just,
Let's go through
just,
Let's go through our TPI screen, right? Can you give me posterior, anterior pelvic tilt? Really hard posteriorly, right? Bit of a tremble through, so a little bit of a weakness in that.
that range feels better. It's tight through the lower
Yes,
back.
yeah,
obviously
which is why that tuck's feeling quite hard.
Yeah.
Just to give me this stable point and only upper back doing its thing. What's it feel like?
That's fine.
Any pain or discomfort?
No.
Nothing in that?
Yeah.
Okay, keep that stable. Let's move this guy and see where you can. Any pain or discomfort?
Just a bit of tightness.
Bit of a tightness, all right?
Yeah, just tightness. Through.
Yeah, because also this is a sustained position. You're not going
Yeah.
to do that all the time, right? Give me one more round, and then give me one full rotation to the left.
So to the left.
Yeah, that way, yeah. What stops you?
Just tightness.
Tightness,
not pain.
not
Just
blocking the
tightness through
hip,
there.
just tightness through here,
Where you
okay?
were there, yeah.
And then come other way.
Wow, this is cool. This is like
Anything in there?
just tightness again.
Again, just tightness, yeah.
A bit through here and a bit through there.
Okay.
Pinchy, not pinchy, just tight.
Just tight, yeah.
And then just stiff.
Perfect. All right. Stiffness, you can move. So the reason I said why I've given you this is like you can put it to practice of, hold on, I can do that.
Yeah.
So what's stopping me from, I'm not getting you to go and hit hundreds of
Yeah,
balls,
just-
but the fact that if you wanted to go, if you're running a lesson and you wanted to chip a few as an example, go for it.
Yeah.
The only limiting factor that I'm going to give you is width of stance.
Yeah.
If you're starting, start within your normal range or narrower.
Yeah.
Just don't get too wide. The wider you get, the more you need out of the hip to work.
Yeah.
And we haven't done enough of it yet to be like comfortable. So you can just in this range, you can work in that.
Awesome. All right.
Happy with that?
Cool.
Makes sense?